Students, welcome to your science class. We will discuss force of friction, factors affecting friction, static friction and sliding friction today. Here are some common experiences that we all must have come across. A driver of a car or a truck slows down the vehicle by applying brakes at a traffic signal. You slow down your bicycle wherever, whenever needed by applying brakes. Why a vehicle slows down when brakes are applied? This is the question here. Dear students, any object moving over the surface of another object slows down when no external force is applied on it. And what happens finally? It stops. Moving a ball on the ground stops after some time. We slip when we step on a banana peel. It is difficult to walk on a smooth and wet floor. Why do we experience all this? It is because of some force. We can understand it with the help of this activity. You have to gently push a book on a table. See, here we are placing a book on a table and we have to push it. It stops after moving for some distance. Now, push the book from the opposite direction. Book again stops. Why? What is the reason behind it? We can explain that when we move the book in the same direction, then a force is acting in the same direction, so there is lesser force of friction. And when we move book in an opposite direction to that of the table, there is an opposing force known as force of friction. It always opposes the applied force. The force of friction acts between the surface of the book and the surface of the table. Here it is the force of friction. So, friction is a force in contact between the two surfaces and it opposes motion. Let us do another activity. Tie a string around a brick and pull the brick by the spring balance, just like in the figure given here. Note down the reading on the spring balance when the brick just begins to move. Mind it, you have to note down the reading when the brick just begins to move, when it starts to move. It gives a measure of the force of friction between the surface of the brick and the floor. Now, wrap a piece of polythene around the brick and repeat the activity. This time, reading of the spring balance is less. It means lesser force of friction is acting upon the brick now. We can again do another activity. Make an inclined plane on a smooth floor or on a table. You must have done it while playing pen fighting, dear. You may use a wooden board supported by some bricks or books and put a mark with a pen at any point A on the inclined plane. Now let the pencil cell move down from this inclined plane with point A. Note down the distance covered on the table before coming to rest. Dear students, repeat this activity by spreading a piece of cloth over the table and a thin layer of sand over the table, one by one. Mark your observations. Note down the distance in all these three cases. You will observe that the distance covered by the cell is maximum on the smooth table surface, followed by cloth covering the table, and the least distance is covered when sand is covered over the table. Is it okay? You will see exactly the same pattern, same descending order will be observed by you, dear students, as shown in the video here. This is because sand offers greater friction as compared to cloth. Okay. So we must conclude from all these activities that the distance covered depend on the nature of the surface on which the cell moves and also on the smoothness of the surface of the cell. The friction is actually caused by the irregularities on the two surfaces in contact. This is the reason behind the force of friction. Even the surfaces which appear very smooth have a very large number of minute irregularities on them. Irregularities on the two surfaces lock into one another. When we attempt to move any surface, we have to apply a force to overcome interlocking. All this was explained to you in yesterday's G-Meet. Do you remember that? So this interlocking helps to increase the force of friction. Greater the extent of interlocking, greater will be the force of friction generated. And here are some factors which affect friction. On rough surfaces, there are a large number of irregularities. So the force of friction is greater if a rough surface is involved. Friction is caused by interlocking of irregularities in the two surfaces. The force of friction will increase if the two surfaces are pressed harder. You can experience it by dragging a mat when nobody is sitting on it and when a person is sitting on it. You will feel more force of friction when someone is sitting on the mat. It is because the weight is increased now, okay, and the surfaces are pressed harder in the case when somebody is sitting on it. Okay, dear students, is it clear to all of you? Now, when we have to discuss about the factors affecting friction, we can easily say that pressing a substance harder against another substance gives more friction. Let us discuss static friction and sliding friction now. What is easier, to move the box from rest or to move it when it is already in motion? Tell me. Yes, it is easier to move the box already in motion than to get it started. The force required to overcome friction at the instant an object starts moving from rest is a measure of static friction, and the force required to keep the object moving with the same speed is a measure of sliding friction. Sliding friction is smaller than static friction. Why? Why is sliding friction smaller than static friction? The answer is very simple. Whenever we slide any object, it is actually having more surface in contact with it. So when the box starts sliding, the contact point on its surface do not get enough time to lock onto the contact points on the floor. This is the reason that sliding friction is slightly smaller than the static friction. I hope you understood the topic well. Thanks for watching.